Hey, but you go ahead and be careful.
I feel like, respectfully, whoever is willing to go to a Trump rally. I'm trying to be so serious, bro. Listen. You know what's crazy?
Yo.
You know what's crazy? You probably like.
Yo. I already know you going. Yo. Welcome back to the first episode of season 3 of The Great Deliberators. I am one of your hosts, Mr. Imperator Rose.
It's your boy DK.
And one time for our boy O-Bean.
Say your name, make your name rain. I know this nigga hate when I be getting all these damn
Dog. Yo, this man just ran through like every goddamn key like 5 minutes ago. And each key like 3 or 4 times. You know what I'm saying?
I missed it. I missed the pod, man.
Yeah, man.
I missed this life, dog.
It's been crazy times over here.
This is my therapy to come fuck with y'all on camera.
I know, man.
You know
Shout out to everybody that's gonna be tuning in. We gonna discuss all things politics this episode.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, if y'all don't know, we reside in the great city of Houston, in the great state of Texas.
Yeah, 713, man.
And boy, has the Mother Nature not been kind to us. You know what I'm saying?
It's a factual statement. Hopefully, y'all have electricity to watch this pod. You know?
Dog,
it seems
like
a lot of people got it back this past weekend and going on to yesterday.
Yeah, man. People, and then on top of that, my homie received an email saying that he wasn't supposed to get power back until the 19th.
Yeah, power right now?
Yeah, he got power last night. But it was estimated by Centerpoint that he wouldn't get power until the 19th.
Centerpoint is they're gonna go like hard on that, and they did it to us.
I mean, I hear you, but
we weren't gonna get it back for a minute.
But 2 weeks is crazy work.
Yeah,
that's crazy work in a first world nation. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest, man. We'll talk. Well, we don't really need to talk about it too much, but
I mean, I'm just saying
these are first world problems.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it.
And look. I'll be honest. If this is what we got to complain about in 2024, it's been a damn good year.
Okay, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? It's been a damn good year.
Damn good year for some people. Some people out here really hurting though. So I don't know about all that. It's been like, y'all know, but at the end of the last season, people was missing roofs in your neighborhood. Nah, they ain't going.
Oh, somebody's house came down.
Their whole crib?
Yeah, but it wasn't completely built yet, but they had all the wood and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Like the frame up. And they put in like a week and a half work. It was our next door neighbor. Damn. I'll send you the picture. The whole thing came down.
Just came down? Yeah.
They had to chunk all that wood. They had to throw it away.
Yeah.
Start from scratch.
I never forget when the tornadoes came through, man. I was watching the news, man. I seen out there in Bridgeland. It said, tornado officially confirmed touchdown, man. They showed them roofs, and it looked like a scene from Kansas and Oklahoma. I was like, damn, I ain't never seen, tornadoes that touched down before.
Quality homes.
Yeah, tornadoes touch. Well, when Mother Nature got it out for you, bro, it don't matter. Yeah, unless you building this joke out of cement and concrete, like you gonna deal with the aftermath of her repercussions. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying, sending all positive energy out to anybody who's still suffering, anyone that's still sitting in the heat and don't have power.
Sorry,
I feel for you. We was at work all week. And we had fans, and I was suffering. So I can't.
Y'all come to work with no AC?
Yeah, bro. You gotta make that. You gotta get this dollar, man. It wasn't as bad. Once the high power fans came on, we was okay. But my thinking was the entire time I was in here, I was all like, bro, this is barely bearable. I can't imagine having to sit in something 24 hours, and people don't have these industrial fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got big ass fans blowing, probably 10, 20 mile an hour winds at us. We good. You can't hear a phone.
It's not even just that it's cool, but at least you just getting something.
Like you feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't imagine sitting in a house and all I got is a box fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that sucks, man. You know what I'm saying? Although these are first world problems, that shit is terrible. People die from heat strokes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
especially when you're not used to the heat.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So peace and blessings out to anyone who needs some positive energy. But it would be a mistake on our part if we didn't talk about some of the ridiculousness that Houstonians have been doing to some of these linemen out here. I don't know if you heard about it, but they gave 2 water bottles to 2 linemen who were working, and they were laced with fentanyl, and they wound up in the hospital.
Why?
Huh? Don't know about that one. One dude held up 20 linemen with a gun. You know what I'm saying? One lineman got jumped by somebody, by a group of people. Like
what? Do linemen have money on them? What do you? How you holding?
Dog, I don't listen. People just taking their frustrations out on these linemen. You know what I'm saying?
Who are trying to fix the problem?
Exactly. It's crazy.
So now you're making the problem worse.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing I think about, right? How you holding up 20 linemen with a gun? If you're doing that, that means that they're in your neighborhood to fix the problem. I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
But hold up here, because I do have to say, mental illness is real, and everybody ain't wrapped too tight. But that doesn't make an excuse. But that's the hope, right? The hope is it's not somebody
real first world problems, dog.
The hope is
you lose electricity for a couple days and you start pulling the gun out on the people working on electricity.
The hope is,
I'm not gonna lie, dog.
It's not somebody of saying.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The world would go to shit. America first would go to shit if there was some type of apocalypse, bro.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know what to do.
What you mean? Of course.
We would lose it.
Yeah.
If aliens pulled up, we would lose it.
If aliens pull up, we lose it anyway because they got technology that far surpasses ours.
It's not even that. What I'm saying is like the aliens might be cool. The aliens might be cool. There's going to be people here going crazy just to shoot.
Yeah, nuke them.
Just nuke them.
Yeah, nuke them. Yeah, you dead ass. You dead ass. Like I can hear it now. I can hear it now.
And they gonna end up like, wait, y'all want to nuke us?
Yeah, they gonna wipe us. Us and Russia.
That whole continent over there.
Yeah,
take them out.
Yeah, America and Russia. We getting hey, them two countries there.
Dog, we got problems. Man. We got problems.
Like, what you mean?
Let's get to the transition.
I'm saying, like, hold on before you go on. It's no secret. America and Russia is always at the center of all controversy. Yeah. So if aliens show up and they have to figure out like what's really wrong with the world, hey, we out of here, dog. Like, we might as well just go ahead and take it.
Hence why dropping those 2 atomic bombs. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. We are pieces of shit for that.
Huh? Bro, listen. We are cooked. If aliens ever actually show up and decide, like, hey, we're going to try to save this planet and we need to figure out what's wrong with it, we gone.
And they just look.
We out of here. Like, we're cooked, bro, like by association. Ain't that some shit? Just by association.
Come on, man.
This shit ain't got nothing to do with me, big dog. Like, I just live, bro.
If y'all don't believe
and I'm out of here.
If y'all don't believe us, go watch Oppenheimer.
And I'm out of here. Nigga, we know history. We know we dropped that shit, man.
And some people just feel like it's just nothing. Like, I feel
bro,
like
America grimy as shit, nigga.
I feel like we need to see it for you to understand. You know what I'm saying?
And you never notice how like we keep trying to spread democracy around the world. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody asking for that shit.
Oh, these dudes want to have a civil war over slaves. Let that sink in.
Hey man, we cooked.
We had a civil war.
Cooked. Hey,
bro, we had a civil war, dog.
Turn the frying pan off.
Civil war.
Turn the frying pan off. We out of here, dog. It's over. It don't even matter, dog. We cooked just because we here, man. All right.
Speaking of civil war, I'm gonna say this real quick, and then we'll go into the issue.
Okay.
I started rewatching the Marvel, like all the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
For the different universes. Hey, dog, Civil War was actually a really good movie.
Civil War is Avengers 2.5. Like it's an Avengers movie, bro. Like I can't even.
Civil War is a really good movie, bro. It's a really good movie.
It is, bro. But are you putting it over Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier, it was crazy. I never felt. So many people used to talk about Winter Soldier, and maybe because I watched it before, but I never watched it again or 3-4 times. Winter Soldier is probably one. It's Iron Man. I still got to give number 1 just because it's the
crazy
OG,
work.
Respectfully, so we can still have this argument, but. What I will say is that Winter Soldier, if there wasn't Iron Man, Winter Soldier's number 1. Okay,
I got you. I'm just saying nobody who grew up in pop culture reading comic books puts Iron Man in the spot that y'all do for some reason. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying as far as the movie, but I get what you're saying.
But I'm just saying, like, even in terms of like nostalgia, like if you had to, I guess, because like it's what kicked it off. And Robert Downey Jr. is an amazing actor, but the movies themselves don't really hold weight. Like even the first one isn't like an amazing movie.
I think that's even the fact that you brought up nostalgia disqualifies you because it's a constant reminder that you grew up into the comic world. So
I mean, it's a good movie, but I'm saying like it's not amazing. But anyway, we're digressing. Yeah, well, that's a conversation for another day.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best this season to stay on point.
But shout out to you for going back and rewatching them. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of them got rewatch value. You know what I'm saying? So
a lot of them do.
Yeah, plenty of them got rewatch value. So
Ant-Man don't. But all right.
Okay. I feel you though. but yeah. All right.
I skipped over that quickly. But yeah, speaking of
let's go and get into
America and just we just kind of crazy.
Yeah.
An ex-president / presidential nominee almost got assassinated.
Wild.
I think that's crazy.
I can't say it's crazy only because in the history of America,
obviously happens.
It happens. So
yes. I'm gonna tell you why.
There's always a fanatical.
I'm gonna tell you why I think it's crazy. How it happened. To me, it'd be very different if this was like, what I'm saying, he was into the crowd and then somebody tried to stab him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or somebody tried to, do harm in that type of way.
Yeah.
But to have an actual like assault rifle, 150 yards away, kind of like a damn near, I'm not gonna call it a sniper because it wasn't a sniper, but a distance away that was within sniper vision. And the way that information is now being brought today, like of what happened and things of that nature, I think it really does seem very odd to me. And I'm not on some tinfoil hat, kind of deal, but they're talking about somebody who's 20 years old, just went to a shooting range that day, bought the rounds, okay, no problem. I guess that could happen. Came there with the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody brought a ladder. Okay, seems again starting to seem a little bit odd.
Yeah,
and then for a minute, 57 seconds, citizens around the area are like, "Hey, I need to get that guy. Get that guy."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they saw him.
And then you find out that a cop approached him. He pointed a gun at a cop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, okay. And then we get to the point where it's like Secret Service. He tried to enter in the actual inside barrier part, whatever. He saw the metal detectors, whatever.
Yeah.
And Secret Service spotted him and said that they documented him as a suspicious individual. It just seems like, and then he was able to get off more than 3, 4, 5 rounds.
Yeah, crazy, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, if you listen to it, he didn't get him off. Boom, 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 back to back. Like he fired one shot, and then
he was probably aiming again.
And then he fired a shot. And then there's a clear and defined gap between the next couple of shots. It's wild.
It's actually a good thing he didn't go boom, 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 boom.
Because all the people behind him were totally in a and again, right? Like the thing is from a perspective of the reason why such things feel odd to me is because it's my knowledge, or at least I thought it was common knowledge, that they are supposed to, and Candace Owens kind of brought this up, but I was telling Trish this, when it happened, they're kind of supposed to like look around and see potential spots where a sniper could get, what I'm saying? Like that's their entire job.
Come on, man.
Like that's the ground, that's the foundation.
We had a president had his head blown off during a parade.
I mean, that's the foundation.
Mind you, we don't do those parades no more. Why?
because you can't protect the president.
You know what I'm saying? They don't even do them kind of parades no more because that happened.
So I'm saying, right?
You get to a place where there's not even that many buildings in which somebody could like be in top of a roof. Like that.
I'm saying.
You would think that every single roof where something could happen, there would be like 2 niggas on said roof. Or
saying it should be a Secret Service member on every roof. Minimum, right? Because like you can't account for like windows and stuff, right? That's just impossible. But you can account for the roof. And I'm saying, how do you have a roof that isn't being accounted for?
It just seems odd. And I'm going to say it like this. I think at the end of the day, whether you agree or disagree with Trump, thank God that we did not witness an assassination on television.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that it was even an attempt, I think is already disgraceful enough.
Yeah, nobody wants anyone to die, man.
But thank God that we did not witness an assassination on television of a presidential candidate or ex-president. You want to talk about something that would bring America to its knees, would be to see something like that on television when you have so many people on that base that could easily be emotionally charged after something like that. So thank God we did not witness. I know people have been throwing off jokes and and talking about, 1 inch to the, to the left. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all are crazy if you think y'all want to like live in a country where that takes place.
Yeah. I mean, listen, anyone of sound body and mind doesn't want to see anyone assassinated. Even though, you can always no matter what you think of someone, right? Like you think of someone as a vile, indecent person, but that doesn't mean you want to see them murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you go so far to the opposite side of the scale that like now you've lost your grip on reality and now you yourself are an indecent person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So no one should be looking for someone to get murdered. But the issue here is and we on this and this can be a discussion for another day. But the reality is you're not going to invoke sympathy from someone if you're not a good person. And that's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's worth the argument of saying like, hey, people shouldn't be. Listen to me. If you are the type of person who causes as much divisiveness as he has, and on top of that, had plenty of times where you could have been a decent person and you chose to take the lower road, you're not going to invoke a lot of sympathy. So on one hand, I'm definitely glad he didn't get murdered because like that, nobody wants to see that. But also, I totally understand why he's not getting like this great amount of sympathy from the opposition as well, because nobody's going to feel bad for him because he's giving people no reason to feel bad for him. You know what I'm saying?
I'll even take it a step further.
That's all I'm saying.
I'll even take it a step further than what you said. And you probably agree, is that I think that, you know, for somebody like Trump, he almost caters to people's emotions. Mm-hmm. That is usually anger, things of that nature, violence.
Yeah.
So what I will say, though it was something that I was disappointed in seeing, it is something that I'm not surprised took place.
Well, people suck. So.
You know what I'm saying? And well, yeah, but see, we haven't had somebody who we felt like was this much of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
It's the best way to put it. As much as people may think about Bush, some people may think about, you know, Obama and some of the drone,
but again, they were decent
attacks.
They were decent. They were decent people, you know, in front of the camera.
Yes, exactly. Like at least what you on paper they attempted to be decent.
Mm-hmm.
It seems on like Trump is almost like he almost plays in your face, you know, with it, and he understands that he has more people that he can cater to and get more votes that way and get this base. You got to realize January 6th really did happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is not the first time. What's crazy is that this is not the first time that around Trump somebody has died. You know what I'm saying? Like January 6th, there was a young lady who had no reason of dying that day. And I'm not saying that her actions are not of her own.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm not saying that her, and I don't want to put that solely on Trump.
Yeah.
But I will also say that the things that he incited on that day led to people's emotions that I felt like if they were unstable, which respectfully, I think a lot of people who may be able to live amongst us as normal individuals are unstable if given the opportunity to be played with their emotions. And she was one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she went out there, she did what she did, and I do feel like he is partially to blame due to what he has incited, not only that day, but throughout his presidency.
Okay.
And prior to that, when the first thing that come out of your mouth is, we need to send back, you know, we need to put a Muslim ban. Mm-hmm. And we need to send them back to Mexico and build a wall and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And they're only bringing us, you know, rapists and killers and murderers and did it. Like, you know that there are a group of, the groundswell of individuals who are agreeing with that are just strictly off of emotions because they're not looking at numbers.
Yeah.
They're not looking at numbers.
Mm-hmm.
9/11 happened and you feel like we're having terrorism is happening every
anyone with her job is a terrorist.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When more terrorism happens with people who are white.
No, that don't happen in their eyes.
You know
That's an anomaly.
Like Sandy Hook is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
That is a real thing.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? So I and again, I don't want to put too much. Like, I want to be honest. I get that everybody in politics plays on emotions.
Yeah.
But we also can't act like that there's going to be more unstable individuals, characters who vibe with what you're saying than not.
It's the way you lean into the emotion. And that's been like the biggest issue when talking about Trump. And so the problem is here is, and like, you know, there's a laundry list of all the negative and like absolute vile things that he's said and done. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's no point in going through the entire list. But I remember when Nancy Pelosi, you know what I'm saying, husband was attacked. You know what I'm saying, and then you know what I'm saying, his son for Halloween posted a picture of some drawers and a hammer and says, you know what I'm saying, I forgot his name, but I got my, you know, outfit, my whatever Pelosi outfit, whatever her husband name is. Like this is his son.
His son was attacked by somebody with a hammer, right?
Well, no, the husband, Nancy Pelosi's husband, was attacked with a hammer. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he had his head bashed in through an attack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, like, the son posted a picture, you know what I'm saying? Like, and this is who, like, he raised. And not only on top of that, right? But then at a rally, you know what I'm saying? Trump was all like, how is Nancy husband, you know, doing now? You know what I'm saying? And then I forgot what else he said, but he said something along the lines of, like, almost in the fact that like it was, you know, I would feel bad, but you know, she kind of had it coming or whatever. It's just the reality here is again, you don't wish death upon anybody. You know what I'm saying? But again, I am one of those people who I'm not going to invoke a lot of empathy toward him because he is a vile and disrespectful person of the highest caliber, right? And so like in terms of, you know what I'm saying, empathy, you're not going to find any from me. But in terms of overall, like, did I want to see that happen? No, man, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is it happened. It's unfortunate. And it's crazy that people would even go that far, right? Because I would never go that far. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be associated with somebody. If somebody even came to me and started talking that way, I'd be like, hey.
I couldn't even go that far,
Hey,
bro.
yo, what?
I couldn't, bro.
Like, what are you talking about, dog? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, get this man out of here. Matter of fact, I'm calling the police now, bro.
I swear to you, dog.
Like, I might be an accessory talking to you, man. Like, it's crazy to think that like somebody
threw their whole life away, dog.
Bro.
Threw their whole life away.
Come on, man. Like,
when in reality is that if you would have pulled that off, if you were successful in that, you would have buried America in a whole bunch of like.
Who knows the repercussions of some shit like that, right?
Want to be real with you? I'm worried. I'm worried what America would look like if that was successful.
I mean, true.
I'm genuinely worried what America would look like if that.
Because now you created a martyr, undoubtedly. Like in his fan base, you've now created a martyr, and when he dies, you know what I'm saying, there's typically an uprising. So again, who knows?
Come on,
it's no point speculating on, you know, what could have happened because it didn't happen, and thank God, because Lord knows I don't want to live in that world. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of, it's like Hydra. You cut one head, bro, you're gonna be two of them pop up,
bro. You know,
bro.
Hey, man, like I'm trying to tell you, dog. Like at that point, they're gonna go full tilt. Right now, they still like they teetering on the edge, teetering.
This is low key calm.
Your hero dies.
Those are not
your
the
savior.
Ones,
you know what I'm
saying?
saying?
Not the ones that you want to unleash,
dogs,
into the world.
Hey, we diving head first.
Want to be real with you? Trump really got a control of this. Like, I want to be very careful. Trump really got a control of like these highly emotionally charged individuals. He's kind of keeping them in check. Y'all saw what happened January 6th.
Man, man don't care, dog.
Listen. If that, I'm gonna be real with you. The one thing that scares me about Trump is that he could say some shit. Now, the only reason why he probably not is because he's already on trial for that shit. Like, even though I guess that got thrown out through it with the Supreme Court. But again, I don't. You can't convince me he cared, dog. What scares me for real is that he now knows that he could like play, like he could low key say some shit. He knows that he could low key say some shit, and low key kind of like get away with it if he wants to. You know what I'm saying?
Not low key, he can because they decided that he can't be indicted for that shit.
He can do something, say some shit, and really set off America if he wants to. He can, ignite him. Come on.
I can believe it. I'm just saying the man sat around for 4 hours.
What I'm saying is not crazy.
And didn't call them boys off.
What I'm saying is not crazy. If Trump right now said, hey, I want you guys to go do blah, I promise you there's about 3,000 to 4,000 people right now dumb enough, don't give a fuck what it is, getting in their car to go do it. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Yeah, no.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
No, you right, dog. Yeah, he could probably just blow a whistle and they snap to it, man. Yeah, so
now, you thinking about it now, like probably more than 4,000. But let's just be
that's low.
Depending on
that's a city.
Depending if you say the lowest of the things that you could possibly say, 4,000 people right now.
Yeah,
yes, sir, and they gonna go do it.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, is fortunate for.
Obama couldn't do that. I don't think Obama could get 100 people to just follow blatantly some dumb shit.
Of course not, dog. Because we got sense. We know black people have a edge, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we have a clear and defined line
You're gonna be like, wait,
that
what?
we will not cross, bro. It is very defined. Okay, this
nigga tripping.
This nigga's talking wild, bro. Like what is? Hey, somebody better come get Hussein, dog.
What? He's not with us, dog.
Come get your man.
He not with us.
He not like us.
Yeah, he tripping.
Hey, big dog.
I knew something was up.
Hey, yo,
you start thinking of everything.
Hey, they done clone this nigga, man. Because I don't know who gang is, dog. This man out here talking about like storming.
And his mama Chinese or something.
Taking over buildings and shit. Nah, man, we out here. Nah, gang. So there's a clear and defined line that we not willing to cross. Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, I don't know where that line is. You know what I'm saying? Because we seen ain't really much. You know what I'm saying? Like they willing to go full tilt at any notice. So again, it's going back to the attempted to unlive the gentleman. It's fortunate. I do believe that it is very fortunate that event didn't occur, because had it occurred, we may be looking at an entirely different couple of days now. Months worth of very unfortunate, you know what I'm saying, events.
Honestly, I think we'll probably go immediately into a state of emergency within like 2-3 days.
Yeah.
I think America will go into a state of emergency within like 2-3 days. Swear to God. And I'm not even trying to be like to do the most. If that would have happened, I think America would definitely, I give it 72 hours. State of emergency.
Maybe.
Like hey, certain areas you can't even go out past 11 o'clock. So we starting to shut this shit down.
Yeah. Again, man, I think the issue is, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, what we have is rhetoric has driven these super far to either side folks, and now we see that like, yo, these threats are very real. You know what I'm saying? So next time we hear about, you know what I'm saying, an assassination attempt, again, you got to realize people willing to go that far. It ain't somebody just playing. It ain't somebody on the internet just joking.
Yeah.
It's somebody who's actually, you know what I'm saying, about their life. Remember they caught some dude with like 1,000 rounds of ammo who was talking about going to go assassinate Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? When he first got elected, you know, it's all these things where it's like, okay, like it brings you back again and it contextualizes it so that you can understand, hey, this is serious. Like when they say like assassination attempt, they mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like we not taking it lightly. We're not taking it as a joke. If you say you gonna throw a pencil, hey, we locking you up. You know what I'm saying? Because again, as we can see, shit like this happens, man. And I think that we've gone so long without an incident like this that like you don't think that shit ever could happen, but then it makes it real again, and you see, hey man, there's some people who are not wrapped too tight.
Yeah. And
I mean, you think we would already know that based off all the school shootings we get, homicides that we hear about every day. It's unfortunate, man, but hey, keep your head on the swivel, man, because people ain't wrapped too tight. Don't understand that like people dealing with shit, and a lot of people out here ain't trying to get help for that shit. And if they even self-aware enough to even know that they need help, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people believe that their causes are just, and that's the most dangerous part of the aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these people running around thinking they're holier than thou, and that there's some champion for the greater good. And that's what creates, you know what I'm saying, the fanatic.
Trump don't care nothing about some of y'all who went into, like, he don't care about nothing. But the fact that people went into the Capitol and legitimately like did what they did on that day, Trump don't care about none of y'all.
Bro.
None of y'all.
Come on, man. He ain't pardon none of them.
He watching y'all like, damn, this really just happened. But anyways,
he didn't pardon any of them.
So post assassination, we here now. Thank God, everybody's good.
But
who do you think?
Hold on, wait. Before we leave, though, I do want to say this though. Okay, there's some video circulating because I got to talk about it. There's some video circulating. They're like, hey, a lot of shit ain't adding up. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about the old lady in the stand?
Yeah.
Now,
come on, dog.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I think everybody. I want to be very careful.
Yeah, be very careful. You can be careful because I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, but you go ahead and be careful.
I feel like, respectfully, whoever is willing to go to a Trump rally, I'm trying to be so serious, dog. Listen. You know what's crazy?
Yo.
You know what's crazy? You probably like.
Yo. I already know you going.
All right, let me clean this up.
No, man, keep it going.
Look, I'm gonna clean this up because I really want to be careful, dog.
Oh my God!
Because if we're gonna be taken seriously with politics, we gotta be taken seriously. But I'm gonna be very honest. Whoever's willing to go to a Trump rally, sit behind him, knowing that you're about to be on camera.
Yeah,
I feel like you, like respectfully, something's already wrong with you.
Okay, because you paid a lot to sit there too.
It's not even about paying a lot. I don't. Even if it was free. Swear to God, and you know this about me. I told you that I'm probably gonna vote for him.
Crazy work, but
you could not pay me enough
to go to a Trump rally.
To go to a Trump rally. First of all, second of all, to be on stage with him. Third of all, while he gets to spew whatever comes out of his mouth, that I'm sitting behind him, acting like a fanboy while he's saying what he's saying. Even if you told me, "Hey, I'll pay you $100,000 to go do that."
Yeah,
and I know you think I'm. You know how much. What I'll do for the bag.
Yeah.
If Raph offered me $100,000, I feel like I would lose more money in my lifetime for actually doing that. If I voted for Trump, I vote for Trump in silence. In silence.
Although, if you want to pay me $100 to go to your Trump rally, I will pull up though.
You wouldn't.
What?
If I told you to go up there and just be excited and ecstatic,
oh damn! I gotta do all that. Yeah, I can't.
Come
do
on,
that. I can't do that.
But you gotta realize these are people.
But just to go,
these are people. You're talking about people paying money. I don't think they're paying money. I think that.
No, I'm saying, but if you can pay, if you want to pay me to go, I'd go.
These are donors that are. These are donors that are behind him, excited. Excited, my guy. Yeah. So I'm telling you that I feel like in that scenario, you don't have it all together in the first place.
You saying in general they lost. You got you. I feel you. Okay.
Yes. Like so we're not talking about them paying you. You're paying to be on television and to sit behind this guy. And you don't know what's gonna come out of his mouth. It's not like he gave you an agenda that he's what he's gonna be. And he may go off every once in a while.
Okay. Yeah.
He can get up there and say anything.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're behind him at one point in time smiling, and for the rest of your life, that's like doing porn to me.
Okay.
That's like
is that embarrassing?
What? It's like doing OnlyFans.
But see, I'm saying that's to you, right? But to these people, dog, it's a badge of honor.
Yeah, you're getting my point. You're getting my point, which is why I'm saying that something's already off. Now, what I want you to understand, my guys, is that like, all right, look. So let me close. Let me land. Is that if shots start going off, I don't think that they're like all well put together in the first place. Respectfully.
No, okay.
Respectfully. So they don't.
None of them motherfuckers really cleared out.
None of them.
I'm saying, dog.
Let me tell you something.
Hey,
if that was a concert, and we heard pat 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 pat.
Yeah, we out of there.
The concert over with.
Yeah, it's a wrap. As a matter of fact, people getting trampled on the way out.
We're not even giving a fuck about the artist that was on stage.
Yeah, that ass.
Matter of fact, niggas is running past that nigga.
Yeah.
To get to their car and to get up out of there.
That ass.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was with the phone.
That's wild.
Everybody was with the phone, just like, people screaming, "Fuck you" to the cameras and to the media and all that kind of stuff. Come on, man. It wouldn't happen that way.
Wow.
So you're talking about this one lady, she heard pop, pat, pat, and she did what I think most teenagers do when they see a fight. Yeah. She immediately ducked her head a little bit and started recording.
Okay. All right. It just seemed odd. I guess you. I know.
You know why it seems odd?
Because we're not them. Okay. I got you.
All right.
I got you.
Right.
Also, one last thing that is also being reported now, potentially, that Trump was not actually shot in the ear, that he was clipped by a piece of glass from the.
It was a bullet.
Huh?
It was confirmed. It was a bullet.
Okay, I'm just saying. I just seen him before I came upstairs.
No, I know. They said there was a shard and da-da-da. It was confirmed. That was from 3 days ago, but it was a bullet. It's been confirmed. CNN confirmed it yesterday.
All right, bet. Okay. Well, with that being said, let's roll on to the next topic. And I'm pretty sure he was going into the debate, or
we can kind of go into the debate. But I was going to ask
the political landscape.
I was going to ask you the political landscape. I think the debate. I mean, not really much to talk about.
I mean, not really, but okay.
But I mean, what I'll say is, what do you think the political landscape? Who do you think wins overall politically after this.
I think Trump. I think Trump was already. I think Trump was already the front runner. I don't think that. I'm just being honest. I could be wrong. I don't think Trump being almost assassinated sways anybody who was actually an independent voter, and they already had their mind made up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that anyone of sound body in mind who is going to decide who they were voting for changes because of an assassination attempt.
And I'm glad you said that.
That doesn't change people.
My original thought was somewhat like yours, even though I do think that it was leaning Trump after it. But I'll be honest with you, I think it hurts Trump. And I know this is gonna sound crazy. And I know this is gonna sound crazy.
Yeah, you have to tell me what this is going.
Something like that happens, if it's not a win, then it's a loss. And the reason why I say that is that now what it shows, I think what the Democrats are going to be able to prove closer and closer to November is that the one thing that you are the nucleus of is violence, hatred, and this discord. That is what you are the what always follows. What always follows is just a bad trail of bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? People, death, just like all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that this falls into that. Like, you know, we've had plenty of presidents, even a black one.
Yeah.
And there's never been an actual somebody willing to put their life on the line
and pull that trigger.
To pull that trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that there have always been several individuals at a minimum that have lived in America that were willing to like die on that sword for any president, regardless of, you know, who you align yourself.
Yeah, there's always a fanatic in some perspective.
So the fact that this was a 20-year-old who had a whole 50, 60, 70 years left of life to live, that was willing to end that because of that and wanted to be the person to fall on that sword and sacrifice himself for that, I think that it negatively would affect him. Right now, this is the high that we're going to be on. But I do think that
because everyone on the opposition side is sympathy.
Mind you, the Republican National Convention is going on now.
It started yesterday.
Democratic National Convention will be going on next month. And I think if the Democrats are smart, this is the only way that they can play this. Mm-hmm. The only way they can like make this into a win is to like curtail how much violence and negativity follows you. While you were there, guess what happened in Virginia? A young lady had to die because we had white nationalists and supremacists marching on college campuses. You know what I'm saying? Now we did. You really gotta fall and lean into death and destruction that has followed you.
You know, that's crazy. You bring that up because that's an aspect that I had not thought about. But yeah, because honestly,
y'all need to hire me. I just want to let you know I can put together a story. I can.
Yeah, because I mean, first off, that ain't even a story. That's the actual fact.
It's facts.
I mean, it's just like violence and like negativity follows you. I guess I didn't think in terms of it really mattering because I looked at it from the perspective of how would this way votes, and the only people who think that like he's a badass because of this moment are the super hard mega niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but this is why I say that what you said I think is still a loss because if you have independent voters that are not swayed off of the event, that means is what you can do is to sway those independent voters into saying like, hey, we can't deal with 4 more years of this, and not only that, we can't deal with the aftermath of 4 more years to this.
Yeah, how many more assassination attempts?
You know what I'm saying? Because of the individuals that are coming up after him.
Got you.
That's my opinion.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not voting for Trump. It's just I'm not doing it.
Damn.
I'm not doing it.
So you took it that hard.
I took it. It you know when it actually happened. After like a day, I really thought that day I was like, oh man, they trying to kill my guy.
So you saying we just need to kill this noise? Like we can't have this.
We can't have it.
So let me ask you a question: if Trump was to lose,
do you want to know what?
You don't think he would run again in 4 years?
Probably he won't be able to age wise. But let me tie in the debate to this a little bit.
Can you be aged out of the presidency?
You can't be, but he's 78 right now, and in 4 years he'll be 82. We're not trying to go for Biden because he's 81 years old. So you're talking about 82-year-olds who finished.
I don't think Trump would care, but
no, he will. He can run if he wants to. But what I'm saying is, I think that if he does run, I think it's going to hurt him and hurt the Republican Party.
Yeah, I think a third time would be like, all right, dog.
But anyways, if anything, the Democrats would be okay with that. Like, hey, let's win now for him to run again in 4 years. They just got a game plan on how to beat him. You'll handle that problem when the problem comes. Right now, your back's against the wall. But I'll say for the debate, what was one thing you were looking at when it comes to Trump and Biden? What was the objective that you needed to see from the both of them?
I wanted to see if they actually had like a clear-cut idea on like what's going on in the economy. See, the thing that struck me about both of these guys is both of these people have reports from when they were in office that they didn't understand why everybody was so unhappy. That the economy's up, it's looking good. Because even with Trump, it was teetering up until the the pandemic or whatever. And then just like with Joe Biden hit like these super numbers or whatever. And these reports,
honestly, life been good for me.
And these reports coming up.
Under both of them, but again, I understand that there's another element involved in that.
I hear what you're saying, but the problem is if 100,000 people in Houston decided that they wanted to go after your business, you now start to lose out on that because now you get people who can undercut you. Like, not to teeter off the subject here, but a lot of times people don't understand how successful they are in certain things because somebody else isn't doing it. Just like with anything, like the reason why you're going to be able to make so much money in the stock market is because everybody isn't doing it. If 330 million Americans woke up tomorrow and decided we're going to all invest into the stock market, nobody makes money.
Well, except for the people that were already in it. Yeah, but I get you.
But they have to sell in order for them to buy. If nobody's selling at that point anymore, then nobody's buying. You see what I'm saying? So like, understand that like when you look at a situation, you say, "Oh, I'm doing well." Not to cut off the subject, of course, because you don't have 500,000 people in America trying to do what you do. If you have 500,000 people in Houston, Texas trying to do what you do, you're not making the same amount of money you're making.
That's why I said there's another element involved.
So in which case, going back to the conversation at hand, there is, and you brought this up before, talking about how there's always going to be winners and losers in life. And the point I've been trying to make here is, since we started this thing, is you supposed to win, as in like, you supposed to eventually one day become a millionaire, be all of that shit, all that, perfectly fine. But the losers aren't supposed to be starving. They aren't supposed to be trying to figure out how their rent is going to be paid. They may never be able to retire, but they shouldn't be having to figure out where their next meal is going to come from. And that's where we're going. And see, my issue is like me, I've now become a single issue voter. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. You need to tell me where in the fuck you going to cut spending at. Because the reality is if you got to keep printing money in order to pay these debts that we have gotten into, we are fucked.
Okay.
Period.
So I apologize for asking you that question because you are correct. You've been saying this from the beginning. But the majority of America, what we were looking at for the debate when it comes to Biden is he physically going to be able to get through this debate without having episodes in which he is showing his age? And for Trump, we were trying to see, this is the first time that he's, can he do this debate without being an attack dog and seem like he's somebody that can be presidential, right? And I think that Trump, for the most part, passed as far as like our expectation and how he was during the debate. His decorum was it was decent for what we expected of Trump. So when okay. But you get my point.
But I'm saying that's not even my concern with
But hold on. Okay. Let me tie it in with this assassination attempt. Okay. The reason why I say that is that it seemed as if he wasn't on this volatile streak during his debate. You know what I'm saying? He kind of did do his lying and all that kind of stuff, dodging questions and this, that, and the third, but he wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't this volatile individual. You didn't feel like he was enraged at any point. But then you look at what happened with this assassination attempt, and it's like, hey, this is really who you are. This is really what you breed. You know what I'm saying? And we know this. January 6th, the reason why there's such a problem is that look at what you said and look at what was the effect of what you said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it seems as if you constantly are the cause of these problems. So that's why I'm kind of like, man, it's like he was doing so well post-debate. What do we all say after the debate? And he just got to stay out of the spotlight. You don't need to have nothing negative come around you. And this is one of the most negative things that you can have is that somebody's saying, hey, man, I want you done. And they actually go pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like, it's not like you somebody tried this to and you're like an Obama where you're not like spewing violence and spewing hatred and, divisiveness and, all that kind of stuff. Like, This is what you do. And now look at what has come from this. So that's why I'm like, I think this is overall going to hurt them. If the Democrats can play this the right way, but Democrats got to stop being soft, man. That's my only problem with the Democratic Party, dogs. They be real soft and their issues be wild. Like my man said, pick an issue that America is struggling with. Pick 2, pick 3. I've told you, pick 3 and shut up. Economy, let it be it. But for us to be talking about hormones and teenagers and it's like, dog, you losing people with that shit.
Here, I guess
you losing people with that. Like, I get that that's what you want, but you losing abortion. Respectfully, majority of people don't give a fuck. They just don't. People not going to sleep at night thinking about abortions if they not pregnant. And most people ain't fucking pregnant, so they don't care. So abortions ain't it. Respectfully. LGBTQ shit ain't it. Respectfully.
I mean, I hear you, but at the same time, they only care about it because the opposition is attacking it. So at the same time, my exact same argument to that is why you care about Republicans you should be caring about the other side passing laws for that, because y'all passing laws for shit that we don't give a fuck about.
Let me say this. The reason why I'm so mad at the Democratic Party is not because I'm a Democrat. That's not what it is. And I'm not a Democrat. I'm saying that I'm upset about it. I'm upset about it because it's like, dog, when you know that we knew for a fact when Biden got elected who was going to be the Republican nominee for the following year. If you would have put your money on it, who did you have thought the Republican nominee was going to be right now? Donald Trump. Yeah. Thank you. So what I'm saying is that with all the Democrats had to put their eggs in is, hey, what are Americans struggling right now with? Economy, infrastructure. Mm-hmm. Let's pour into that. Healthcare. Let those be your 3 things and pour into that. And when you do that, when the opposition comes, fuck what they doing, because the whole goal is to win at the election box. So if that's what they arguing, let them argue it. You ain't got to waste time with the bullshit. If that's the shit that they want to spend time on, you need to get the House and the Congress. Everybody needs to on the same accord, from the governors to senators all the way to the White House. Hey, these are 3 talking points for the next 4 years, 3 years. These are the issues that we're gonna battle so we can get people to come and vote. And then if you want these hidden agendas, pour it in at that time. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
Listen, I hear you, but I'm saying is you saying you want the Democrats to do it. I'm saying I just want anybody to do it.
Yeah, but I don't want Trump as president.
I mean, of course not.
I don't want Trump as president.
I don't listen.
You get what I'm saying? I don't want that nigga as president. So that's why I'm leaning into the Democratic Party. Like, okay, could we not have done better?
I got you. Listen, the thing is, man, is even now
I'm not voting on economy or economic issues. I'm voting strictly on what you said earlier as character. I cannot.
Yeah,
we cannot have Trump as president, bro. We can't do it.
Getting back to that, because I'm glad you brought that full circle. So let's discuss that. See, that's been my biggest issue with the Trump thing anyway, right? Like, I to be honest with you, if you want to take a stance, if your stance has always been on Trump, some guerrilla warfare type shit, I know that he's a shitty person. I know that he sucks. I know that he's terrible. But here's the thing. What I care about the most, he talks about, you know what I'm saying, which is important. It's not even money. You can't talk about money because, again, the Republican Party used to be the fiscally responsible party, right? They used to talk that big game. The thing is none of them niggas is about that shit life anymore.
Dog, Biden has been on some shit, and I know we're getting real political, and I'm so sorry for this, but we just got to talk about this. Biden has really been on some like, hey, we just going to keep collecting debt.
Hold on, wait, time out. Let me stop you for a second. Donald Trump accumulated more debt than from George W. Bush all the way back to George Washington. He literally accumulated more debt than the previous 44 presidents.
How much of that was because of COVID?
I'm saying that was only $2 trillion. He only approved one infrastructure, $2 trillion bill. He accumulated more. So I'm saying, like, my thing is I'm not saying that we don't know if his number would have been that high had it not been for COVID, but he was already producing debt at a level that was going to outpass the other 10 presidents before him. Nobody is trying to stop it. There's only one candidate, okay? Robert Kennedy, who is trying to stop the bleeding. He actually talks about stopping the bleeding. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't care about what Joe Biden is doing. Because if you tell me they're going to put Trump in there and he's going to stop it, no, the fuck he's not. He is not going to stop it. He is going to continue to spend money at a rapid pace, just like anybody else, because they don't talk about stop spending money. Because if that was their a talking point, they would say that shit. So again, like their entire purpose for going into, and so this leads into an even bigger issue that we as a society have to notice is you go into politics now for a career. Like you were supposed to go into politics to make the United States better. You know what I'm saying? Now people like as a solemn duty, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, these laws ain't right, this, that, and this. Everybody goes in now. If you go in, your job is get on a subcommittee. You know what I'm saying? Like figure out how to network, grow this, grow that. Eventually get your own department, try to grow that department. Guess what? In order to grow a department, you need more money. See, it's all these little things that we don't think about that like we need to start asking questions of. Like, hey, why is so much of this money being spent this way? Like the reality is our situation as Americans will not get better until we figure out a way to cut spending. And in the current way that America is being ran, that is almost impossible. And there's a heavy incentive for governments or for the government to keep giving shit away because people like free shit. And so the thing is, it's on us. We have to say like, hey, I can do a little bit of this on my own. I can work a little harder, do this, that, and this, and so forth. Because the reality is if we keep taking handouts, it's at a detriment to us down the road, period. So all I'm saying is, getting back to my original point, had Donald Trump been on like some guerrilla warfare type shit, the people voting for him been on like some guerrilla warfare type shit, I don't care about nothing. He's talking about balancing his budget, working this shit, doing that shit. I'm good. Okay, cool. You could take you could take the vow, crew, whatever, but at least like you making sense to me logically. My thing is Donald Trump would sit on stage and not say anything remotely logical. Matter of fact, it's incoherent. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. He's literally just talking like a goddamn marketeer. And y'all making it seem like this motherfucker can run the country. He ain't running shit. I don't even think he running his own fucking brain, dog. At this point, the man might have early onset dementia. And y'all talking about Joe Biden, but from what I was watching, it didn't seem like Donald Trump had any idea what the fuck he was talking about. He was just spouting bullshit. I don't actually know if he doesn't actually believe the shit that he's saying.
I'm not gonna lie, that nigga just be talking.
It's delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching it and I'm all like, dog, are you dead ass? And you'll have sound body people like on social media making arguments for this nigga.
Even his vice president said he was the American Hitler, bro.
Bro, listen to me.
His vice president said that he was the American Hitler. And then the way he did his interview yesterday, I don't know if you watched it. But he did an interview yesterday, and the dude asked him like about the quote that he said. He said, I really have to put the blame on the media. You know, the media was portraying Trump, and I really listened to the media. But now that I've got to meet him and have my own personal experiences, like, bro, I was like, dog, you just bending over.
It's crazy.
Just bending over. That's crazy that you can sit there and call somebody an American Hitler. As a politician, that came out your mouth that somebody was an American Hitler. That is the most scummiest of scum in the world. The world. You talked about earlier that nobody should be assassinated. You know what my first thought was? Unless it was Hitler. But if Hitler got assassinated, I don't know. I'm gonna feel bad.
I don't think too many people would feel bad.
I don't think
too many people would feel bad.
But so it's one of them things where this is who you call an American Hitler.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you sitting up here saying that because now you had now you're on a Republican ticket. It was the media's fault, but you were a Republican.
Crazy work.
No backbone, no spine.
I'm saying, listen, and that's my thing, right? Because again, here we have Ted Cruz, all these guys, Mark Rubio, all these people, you know what I'm saying? I guess one thing, like it's like my entire thing with Trump has always been his character issue. Matter of fact, even if he didn't have like a super negative character, I still probably wouldn't be rocking with him because again, I cannot tell, and I'm being dead ass. I cannot tell if this man doesn't believe himself. If he is bullshitting, he's the greatest bullshitter of all time because that man talk and act like he even believes what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and so leading back into it, it's always been a character thing. You know what I'm saying? I can take somebody that's a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more toned up and want to say things if you have a plan to make my life better. Because I understand economics at this point in my life. So if you talking that talk, then I can understand if you walk that walk. But my problem is he talking that talk and not walking that walk. And Republicans, I've yet to see one yet that addresses the spending outside of like Ron Paul and Rand Paul. They're like the last two ones that even still talk about the shit. And now we got Robert F. Kennedy. He talking that talk. Whether or not if as the low. less than 1% chance of winning. Point here is
if things were successful, on Sunday, Kennedy probably would have won that. That would be the only way that would have went down. That would be the only way. Because you got to realize you have so many people who are anti the other side. I don't know if the Republican Party, I know the RNC wouldn't have happened yet, but you got to realize, I don't know if they would have been able to pull together a candidate that would have made sense. Who does Kennedy identify as? Is a Republican or Democrat?
A Democrat.
Damn.
I know, it's crazy, right? But like if you hear him talk, but he's
why do you think the Democrats couldn't get him to run in the primary?
Well, because one, you don't want to replace the incumbent. That's the reality, bro. Cory Booker is now primed to be like the next. Like if we really talking that talk, like Cory Booker or Gavin Newsom are like probably going to be the next person that comes up in like the Democratic Party. They're like the two guys. You know what I'm saying? I think there was some talk about maybe Andrew Yang or whatever, but I don't know how well he is in the street. You know what I'm saying? But Cory Booker or Gavin Newsom is going to be the next like nominee for. You know what I'm saying, the presidency for the Democratic Party.
Disappointing the Democratic Party because like, they should have rolled them out this year.
I'm saying, but again, the logic has always been.
And I know the numbers have always said incumbents have the greater chance of winning.
I'm saying
not this one. Y'all should have knew the polls and understood that not this one.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? Because see, I don't know. Here's the point. I don't know what they're saying. The reality is they have the data, man. And like I said, like they've tapped into the human mind. Okay, they now know how we operate. So them numbers must look disastrous to have to replace incumbent. I'm telling you, they gotta be terrible, dog, because there's no way anybody of sound body and mind has a chance with somebody else, and they're just choosing not to put in Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta come out,
and they're just choosing to roll with Joe Biden.
He gotta come out a little bit less loud, man. Like dude was. Like I'm not gonna. He just got to be.
Man, I don't know, man.
He just seemed like he was trying too hard to be Obama. Like it just didn't seem authentic to me.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, I will say. What
I'm saying though, it's like his showmanship was a little bit too much.
I will say again, man. Look, the thing is here is I don't know the direction that the Democratic Party needs to take after this election. But they need to, like you said,
stand on 3 issues.
They need to get back to the basics, right? Like
stand on 3 issues. You don't need all this weird shit.
I will say this though, it is not helping America's situation with rich people avoiding taxes. So let's just go ahead and stress that, right? Like that money got to come from somewhere. If you can't tax rich people, you got to borrow that shit. Now the reality is, and just to put some numbers here for you, we're about $35 trillion in debt. Even if they taxed all the rich people, all the 1%, all together, that would only produce $4 trillion. So that's
Biden said something wild, like we need to tax our top 3%ers like 25 or 30% for the next 10 to 15 years, and we can take care of our debt. And when he said it, I was like, yo, I don't know if I could be one of them top 3%ers. You just say like,
listen, 30% would be, I think they would welcome 30% because right now them boys is getting clapped for like 50%. And like Jason Tatum getting hit for like 50% of a tax.
These niggas
getting hammered.
They're not even getting half their
they getting
what is being reported.
Hammered.
Bro.
I'm not even gonna cap, bro. Listen, I definitely don't feel bad for rich people, but you are crazy to think you can take over half of someone's money. That is wild. Okay, I don't care how much money a nigga got. Don't get me wrong. If you making $100 billion a year, nobody's making $100 billion a year. But let's just assume, and you taking $50 billion, I mean $60 billion of my dollars. That's crazy work. That's crazy work. That's why they be trying to duck and dodge. But even still, I think that if they instituted a standard 30% tax, what they got to do is they got to rechange the laws. But the reality is the laws never get changed because nobody really wants to change them. The same people who are fighting that stand in front of you and tell you that they fighting for that benefit from the exact same tax loopholes. Yeah. None of them niggas is paying taxes at the level you're paying taxes.
Nancy Pelosi and her husband making...
No, none of them are paying taxes at the level you are paying taxes. So in which case, they using those same exact tax loopholes that they blame the rich for taking as well. So I'm saying if they just created a standard 30%, I think that you would probably get some people on board with it, more people than not. Because again, if you trying to take over half of somebody's money, look.
So what you're saying is 30% across the board, no matter what. Huh? Everybody.
No, not everybody. No, I do think that it should be income based, but like once you hit that cap, it's like you make over $400,000 a year.
If you're running right now, what would you do for lower income, middle class, upper middle class, and the top? We'll call it top 5%.
There's nothing that can be done in the current tax situation. We have to get taxed. Like the issue isn't raising taxes. See, what happens is whenever we start printing money is the hidden tax rate, right? Because as inflation goes up, things start costing you more, right? So the reality is it's essentially taxation, but through thievery. You know what I'm saying? Because now the dollar's losing its value. So in which case, because whenever they say, oh, well, we didn't hit our debt ceiling, we need another $2 trillion. Oh, well, we just go to Federal Reserve, print some IOUs, sell them shits off the countries. Now we got $2 trillion more to operate for however long this is going to keep us afloat. And so that money gets pumped back into the system. It's more money into circulation. Now shit gets more expensive. It's just a constant cycle. So the reality is there is nothing that can be done immediately to help. Or like this is a 20-year game. I'm being dead ass. It's a 20-year game to truly figure out how in which you can change the tax, but everybody has to be on board. Like people have to actually get taxed. You got to actually create a set of rules that nobody can escape from. Everyone plays by the same rules. If you make more, then you're going to give a little more, you know what I'm saying? And so in which case, everyone pays into that. And then you start cutting the spending back. So things are no longer you're no longer losing your value as you move up in the job world. Now you're able to afford more. You're spending more. You know what I'm saying? You're not quite as saving as much because again, we're a consumer based nation. Is ways to fix it. The problem is it can't be fixed. I can tell you this. It cannot be fixed with rich people ducking and dodging taxes and only paying like less than 1% of their net worth in taxes. Corporations ducking and dodging taxes. And then trying to figure out where we gonna get money to pay for shit. It's just not gonna happen. And this is the conversation at hand, right? Shit cannot get paid for unless there's money coming in. Can't get it from the rich, you gotta go borrow it. Cause taxing us ain't gonna do shit. We only got so much money to begin with. The 1% got more money than like the bottom 99%. How that shit work?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying trying to tax niggas for 50% is crazy. Over 50%, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, but I am just a nigga sitting on the couch. I'm pretty sure it's a far more complex than that. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much the gist of it. Like the reality is money got to come from somewhere. If rich people are dodging it, you know what I'm saying? Because the tax rates are so ridiculous that they don't want to pay that shit. Well, But then I do question the morality of it because how much fucking money do you need, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
I need all my money.
Huh? Nigga. I keep trying to quantify things for people, right? Remember, like 1 million seconds is like, I think 1 million seconds was like 22 years or some shit like that. But then like 1 billion seconds was like 2,000 years.
Yeah, I need 1 billion.
Yeah, but again, I need 1 billion. If you got 1 billion, you not okay with having 700 million after that year?
I don't know. That billion.
See?
That billion sound nice though.
And this is the reason why we're fucked. Because niggas don't want to help out.
I'm not gonna lie. If I get 1 billion, I mean, honestly, want to know what my next thing is?
The human condition.
Let me get 2.
I get what you're saying. But again, the betterment of America, it don't matter because see what's gonna happen is rich people gonna fuck up America.
Don't put it me. I'm not rich.
Hold on, wait. No, but hear me out here.
You hit me
niggas who eventually get to 1 billion, they're gonna fuck up the whole world. Poor people gonna kill them niggas off because that's what happens in the downfall.
We gonna kill them
in the downfall of Rome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the cycle's gonna repeat again. We're gonna figure out how to fix the shit. Yep. And then again, like
so moral of the story. That's the story. We're gonna kill some rich people.
And that's the inevitable part of it, right? Because if I'm being dead ass though. Here's like the
hey, we not killing nobody. Let's make this very clear.
Here's like the cannibalism part of all of this shit, right? If rich people eventually cannibalize all the wealth into themselves, right? Poor people have no money to make you any richer, bro. You eventually go poor regardless. You eventually lose everything because you have nobody to buy your shit.
Let me just have rich problems. I don't know. I don't know what.
Nigga, I just told you your rich problem would only be losing 30% of your wealth. You was like, nah, I ain't with that. Okay, well, fuck it. We're fucked.
I mean, I feel like I pay damn near 30% right now.
I'm saying, but you've hit that tax bracket, so you would pay 30% from this point forward. That would always be your tax rate. You get what I'm saying?
I think I paid almost 30% right
but
now.
I'm telling you,
I would be okay
with
giving 30%.
So I'm saying that's the point that I'm trying to make. But you have people who are making $50 billion a year and not wanting to put 30% of that back.
And respectfully, if there's a loophole, I can understand why they're taking advantage of it. What they need to do is close the loophole. I'm not out here searching. I don't have the time or the capacity to be looking for loopholes.
It just seems exhausting, but I guess
it seems very exhausting.
But once you get to that point, you just pay a bunch of niggas.
Yeah, you just pay somebody. You pay a bunch. You know what? It'd be cheaper for me to pay you to figure out that loophole. And actually, matter of fact, the more money you save me, the more money I'll give you.
Yeah, however much money you save me, you gonna get 10% of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm saving a nigga $2 billion, hey yo, I'm gonna be really good at what I do. So look. It's an incentive-based thing, man. I get it.
So there are jobs being created.
Listen, it again, but I think the entire reason as to why, rich people were being
can I be real?
They were getting taxed. Hold on, wait. Before you say this, rich people were being taxed 70% at one point in America. It's no wonder they started to try to duck and dodge taxes, bro.
And taxes do piss me off sometimes, and the reason being is that I have clients who are paying me post-tax money that because I accept and I take it, I have to then be taxed on that money. And then I have to give it to employees who then are taxed on that money.
Yeah.
And then when they go spend it, they're taxed on that money.
No, taxes.
Like, dog, you're getting post-tax money from one person.
Yeah.
And it's literally going to be taxed until it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? That is the problem that I have with taxes. And I don't know if that's fair. I get that it exists, but it just seems.
Listen, taxing in general and the entire complexity of it is absolutely ridiculous. Don't get me wrong, but they're again.
I know that there's positives, but I'm just telling you.
No, but I'm saying that it's not about the positive. The thing is just taxes are so confusing because we get taxed for everything. Like even think about property taxes for a second. Why am I being taxed off of the property, off the value you're arbitrarily determined of my property? Yeah. Why am I not being taxed from what I purchased it for? I paid $240,000 for this house.
Call it a day. That's it.
Hey, that's what I'm gonna be taxed on the rest of my life. If you even want to say, hey, when I go to sell it, I'm gonna get hit with like a sales tax for like.
I understand.
Okay, cool. But why are you determining that? Hey, now my house is worth 330. Yes. Now you being taxed over that.
Now you're hurt. Now you got $1 million home. You got to be taxed.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because of inflation. You know what I'm saying? Government has to keep up with inflation as well. Your state has to keep up with inflation. See what I'm saying? Inflation ruins everything. I don't think people understand this. It's quite literally the demon of America.
All right, respectfully to everybody. I don't know if there's anything else we're talking about.
Oh, no, I'm good. We outran. That's kind of where I wanted to end it anyway.
Perfect. Let y'all know, man, find God, get a devotional, go to church, all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you're praying. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I've been on a diet for going on 3 weeks now. Lost about 12 pounds. Feeling pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
How much you weigh right now?
I am at 313.
313. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I'm at like 237. I want to get to 225. What are you trying to get to? 300?
No, the goal is to. Well, that's the next goal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the ultimate goal is get down to 200. Also, by the way, I guess I can go and let y'all know. So I'm documenting my weight loss journey. Oh, shit. So yeah, be on the lookout. I'm eventually going to start dropping the weekly vlogs. You know what I'm saying? Everything and documenting it. I'm gonna start documenting it because I want to hold myself accountable. And I feel like if I'm documenting it, releasing a video every week, you know what I'm saying? I got to hold myself to a standard, right? Because
I'm not going to thought about doing the same thing. But more like just like on IG, just posting like, you know what I'm saying, before and afters every single week. Yeah. See, I was going to say, get to the goal 300 by November 1st.
Oh, yeah, doable. Oh, easily doable.
You said easily. Damn, I'm trying to make it a little bit harder then.
300. Yeah, let's shoot for September 1st. That's like 2.5 pounds a week.
I can't get to 225 by September, so.
Hold on. Well, yeah, it's harder for you. Because the more weight the smaller you are, the less calories you burn. So.
285 by November, I'll be at 225 by November.
285? Okay. I'll rock with it.
Deal?
All right, deal.
And loser has to buy one of them joints.
Oh, bet. $30 limit. $30 limit.
All right, stop with the limits. We understand everybody's economical situation. We'll pick one that it makes sense. You don't be trying to put $30 limits. Like, that shit whack. Stop that.
I just don't want you to pick out a $50 pop and be like, hey, Rav, give me that.
Just get to 285.
Okay, I got you. I feel you. But no, even if I lose, there's no version here where I buy you a $50 pop. $30 minimum. You know what I'm saying? This nigga in a different tax bracket than me. He like, don't worry about how much it costs. See, that's what happens when niggas get money. Niggas be like, oh, don't worry about it. Quit putting the price on everything. Nigga, get the fuck out of my house. What the fuck you talking about, dog?
All right, man.
All right, with that being said, though, man, if y'all made it this far, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure you like,
comment,
and subscribe, you know what I'm saying? And as always, to your mama, brother, sister, cousin, uncle, friend, somebody you think maybe you're trying to plot an assassination attempt, anybody you know what I'm saying?
No.
Fatality, nigga.
Yeah, you tripping.
He don't even know what buttons. He like 5 different buttons over here.
That is crazy work that he said that, and I apologize. I'm Dexter, and I do not approve that message. But I do have a co-host, and sometimes he be saying dumb shit. What? I apologize.
I just said tell somebody you know that might be plotting one. You know what I'm saying?
All right, let's get up out of here.
I'm saying we can help the motherfucker, man. Look,
that is true. Don't do that.
I'm saying,
if, send them this video.
No, you come here to get sense. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't come here to get your wild information.
I just didn't want to be associated with such foolery.
I mean, the motherfucker can tune in.
Yes, if you do have somebody that is thinking about that, send them this video. We'll clip it up. Hopefully, I don't know if he will. He not. But just you find the mark and then you send them. Hey, you need to watch from this time to this time. They were talking about how stupid you are to do something like this. So
yeah, it's extremely stupid. All right. With that being said, till next time, y'all. We out.